Salem descendant on both sides of my family. The reason that I am doing what I'm doing is because during my soul journey, the more zen you get, the more clear to you it is what you're doing here, what your purpose is here. And that piece of me has really taken a big piece of, well, not to be redundant, but everything I'm doing relies on my gifts. So before I get started, I just want to cover a few things. Hey, me now. Yeah, busy, scary. People get offended when I'm telling you, oh, well, if you want something to work out, you need to manifest it. You need to think about A, B, and C and like what you want. I had someone really rude in the comments. It's not been as bad. My crazy has to flare up a little for people to pipe down. I'd much rather be zen, but I know that I'm here to teach this stuff. People thank me for teaching them this stuff all the time. I see it benefit other people, and so you're like this one of you trying to stop me, and a million of you trying to stop me is not going to like convince me that this isn't what I should be doing, you know? I have too many people who rely on me already. I try to take everyone's feelings into consideration, you know, give you the benefit of the doubt. But, so anyway, as far as relationships go, when you're manifesting, if you are trying to manifest a certain person, well, manifesting the way that I teach it requires you to be zen, because you can't just write things down 10 times, it doesn't work. Like all the manifestation tricks in the world aren't going to help you if you don't have a soul ascension. You'll have intermittent manifestation. Manifestation shouldn't be a, I wonder if it's working thing. It should be a, oh, there's what I wanted thing. Like, hey, what you do? Are you sleepy? When you get zen to manifest, if you're trying to manifest this one relationship, y'all, and you get zen, you take down resistance towards what you want, and someone who can give you what you want in a different way, or more, it's more fulfilling for you, this relationship coming in, that will be brought to you and put in front of you. And then you won't care about this relationship that you've been trying to manifest. You will have evolved and brought something better into your life. People have this mentality that you can only, that there's a scarcity, there's a lack, and that's not how it is. You don't live in a universe that does not provide you with what you want. You just don't know how to ask the universe for what you want. And so you get mad and you get frustrated and you notice all the bad things in life and you're convinced that this is how it's supposed to be. But if you're still listening to this, you know that there's truth in what I'm saying. Even if you don't consciously believe it, your soul knows it. Yes. Yes, does their soul know it? They know it. You know that there's something more. All these people writing books about law of attraction and everything. It's tough because I feel like a lot of people, you know, they want to make money. And they're not giving you the tools that you truly need. So when that person said, oh, well, you can't make someone fall in love with you, I'm going to pray for you and your ego or something like that. And I really wanted to be like, have you ever looked up witchcraft? But that's just me being sarcastic. The person is sad and I feel bad for them. But like I say, everyone will come around at some point. You just end up in the back of the line watching everybody else who's listening get what they want. One of the most difficult things is to maintain Zen when you are dealing with a stressful situation. So I do lash extensions. I have to have a client get in my room, be on my table in the perfect position so that I can work efficiently. I have to go through their lashes with 2 sharp tweezers and apply an extension, dip it in semi-permanent adhesive, place it perfectly 1 to 2 millimeters away from the lash, except I'm a perfectionist, so 1. And then we get them as full as possible. 50 minutes, they have to be done, dried, nano-misted, tape off, make sure they're not glued closed in any places, and then send them out clean and get the next one. My job is high stress. It's high impact. It's just going all day. And those clients, when they come in, they don't see it like that because this is their lash appointment. So they see it as like their time to unwind, and I want it to be that for them. So how can I do that in such a high stress situation? I'm also a trainer, so I'm looking to help other people while I'm working. How do you handle so much stress and keep going, being Zen? It was really hard at first, really hard. But Abraham Hicks, she always said, she was pushed for the fact that you can feel however you want, wherever you want. I don't have to be at work. Like, I don't have to work. I want to be there. So then I'm making the choice to be there, and I'm making a choice to subject myself to this stress. Why? Because my bosses are amazing and I love them. I've never loved my bosses, not like this, or at least they've let me down in the past, my old bosses I've been attached to. I forgive them for that. It's like low level stuff that's not, I don't want to carry that energy into my life anywhere. But my point is that, you know, I'm going because I love my bosses and I'm showing up and putting in my best effort, even though it's stressful. And even though in a soul journey like this, you're supposed to monks go and they sit on mountains with no cell service. How can I bring that Zen to my present life is what I'm teaching you. Because you shouldn't have to go sit on a mountain to feel Zen. You shouldn't have to pay to learn how to get what you want. You shouldn't have to pay to be happy. If you haven't already watched it, go watch my basic energy protection video. If you have questions, email me. The first thing that you need to do, and I'm going to use a bunch of different things that I know to explain this is more of a witchy thing. You need to close your eyes, slow down. When you slow down, everything should be like slow-mo. You need to sense out what everything feels like. Slow your mind down. I always tell people, step back into your body, because when you're empathetic, you're reaching out. The people that I heal, when I go tap into their aura, they're like halfway launched out of it. You need to be in your aura. Your core needs to be like connected top and bottom with the universe so that you're just clicked into alignment. You want to focus on your breath coming in, going out, coming in, going out. Feel the breath go through your body. God damn it. Why is it? And like I said, for the basic energy protection, you want to focus on what color is the energy coming in. But really, if you don't sit and meditate at least once a day, I try to get away with this all the time because I'm highly charged and I feel like I'm fine. And then all of a sudden, crash and burn. I have to meditate every single day. And Kurt says that. And I didn't take it seriously, but I have to. And you should too. The reason I have to is because I work with energy all day. So if I see someone hurting, I fix it. If I see, just anything, like I get involved because I can help them. And I feel energized, and then I crash and burn, and I'm like, okay, I need to really recharge. So that is something that I have been more diligent about. But you need to do that too, especially if you work in a stressful situation. Once you slow down, it's just being present. It's focusing on the present moment. You're feeling present. You're not thinking about the past or the future. You're observing your surroundings. When you feel intense emotion, you need to observe the emotion, but don't internalize it, like Kurt says. Zen is this peaceful, quiet silence. When you're Zen, everything is more vibrant. Music sounds more beautiful. Food tastes better. The one thing that I've come into like an issue with is that I reached such a level that I feel like I don't need to eat or sleep. I'm just going. And so I literally have to set reminders for myself when I get in that space and I'm focused on helping people, because you just vibrate so high that time is like, no. It would be 4 a.m. and I'd be like, oh, it's 4 a.m. Whoops. Like, you don't live in a world that has a clock and a calendar. When you start to ascend like that, everything is one. And that's what there is. There's being. There's just being. Everyone wants to think that you're this human in this body, and why are we here? No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a soul. You're an astral being inhabiting a body. You are not your body. You are a soul. The reason you're listening to this is because you know that. People who disturb your peace, you have to be more selfish. If you let someone disturb your peace, nothing's worse than that. Right now, if you see me have little moments where I'm very edgy, I'm dealing with the twin flame, and it's stressful, and they disrupt my peace unintentionally, which is the worst part. Don't lick your butt. You look good. Twin flames don't have to be a love connection. It's not about that. It's about having a soul ascension. And usually one is awake to it and one is not. And so when you start ascending as the chaser side, the feminine half, they get sucked in behind you, but they don't understand what's going on. And so if you're a chaser and you're starting to ascend and you're feeling that peace and that beauty and everything, and you're enjoying life and you hear silence and you feel calm in your soul, It's the best feeling, because people will hit you with anxious situations and you don't feel anything, because your mind is what feels those things. Your soul is not like, wow, that is defensive. Your soul does not care. Your soul is this vibrant life force flowing through you, and it doesn't care about the opinions, the feelings. Like, those aren't important to your soul. Your soul is just being. Your soul is what is observing your thoughts, as Kurt says. And I listened to I forget what his name is, but he said you should touch everything with your soul first, not your mind. The mind is great at solving problems. The soul is for living. You want to go through life soul first. You'll be more guided. You'll manifest. You'll be able to navigate life in a better way. But with the twin flame, when you start to ascend and they come around, if you try to help them, you get dragged back down. And you think that what you live is the best thing that you know. But I promise you, once you start hitting a certain level with the Zen stuff, soul stuff, and it's all, you don't do anything. Like Kurt always says, it's not doing, it's being. And that is 100% true. You can't think your way there. I had this argument with someone and I just gave up, because I was like, my Zen is leaving me. You can't think your way there. You just have to be Zen. You learn to be mindful of your thoughts racing and stop yourself and tell yourself that's your ego. Every time I get in a fight with someone, I'm like, this is my ego. Ego. No. It's my ego. And you let your soul through. Can you imagine a world where every single person in the world was Zen all the time? What's crime? What's crime? Who does that? Because they wouldn't want to. They would feel peace. They would be able to manifest the things that they need. They wouldn't be acting out in violence because they'd been abused, because they wouldn't be abused. See, this is where you get that snowball. You think that the world that is all that there can be. And everyone thinks that the sky is falling. But it is in everyone's control to get it under control. But it starts with you. It starts with you being mindful and putting your ego in the back seat, catching yourself when you have a strong opinion, strong emotion, when you're about to argue with someone. That's my ego, that's my ego, that's my ego. What does my soul feel? And your soul will come out a little more each time when you do that. And soon you won't even have to catch your mind doing that. You're just going to be present. Nothing feels better than being present.